Hello everyone, my name is Brittany and I am going to be discussing about bioenergy in the agriculture and livestock sector. For the introduction, climate change has been increasing due to the increasing manufacturers and human using technology or products that release greenhouse gases. And one thing that not many people know about is that in the agriculture and livestock sector, where most of our foods are produced, they use a type of energy called bioenergy, and it contributes to greenhouse emissions getting released into the air. And because of this, we need to improve the way we run and use bioenergy in the agriculture and livestock sector to help reduce the release of greenhouse gas emissions. For some background information, bioenergy is a form of power that produces energy from living organisms or biological sources like plants, and it has been used ever since the discovery of fire for either cooking and heating. And since it has been increased over time, food providers have been using it to grow crops and produce more food to have them sold and eaten by humans, thanks to technology improving. And an example of this is about beef and dairy, which has the most emissions intensive of livestock products as it generates over 65% of the total greenhouse gas emitted by livestock. After learning about bioenergy, we can establish a problem. And the problem is that there has been evidence that biofuel used in the agriculture and livestock sectors have a high amount of greenhouse emissions. And this is due to humans taking advantage of using the energy due to the increase in wanting more food produced. And without them knowing, this can cause an increase in temperature rise, sea level rise, ocean acidification, which will further constrain agriculture and food production, starvation in today's population and in the future's population, and dust bolification. After establishing the problem, we can find some solutions for this. One solution that we can do is improve our agriculture land management practices to keep greenhouse gases in the soil, especially carbon, since plants need to absorb carbon or carbon dioxide during photosynthesis to grow. Another solution that we can do is food providers or companies can change what food they produce since many of the crops and livestock generate a large amount of greenhouse gases. Some other solutions that we can do is to better educate the public on climate change and bioenergy and how we using the energy of bioenergy in the agriculture and livestock sector is one way to stop climate change from increasing. We can also do some dietary changes or behavior changes like shifting to sustainable food as it can help reduce our carbon foot since a lot of the food that we eat have carbon in it. For the counter-argument, there have been people who do not understand what bioenergy is and just think that bioenergy is just going to help with producing more food and they do not care about what happens if overusing it. While this is true, what most people don't know is that if bioenergy is used correctly, bioenergy or biochar and biomass could be an effective carbon reduction strategy. Like for example, bioenergy crops, if used correctly, can eliminate toxic chemicals and eliminate environmental stress when using the correct agriculture practices, like I mentioned in one of the solutions. It can also help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and stop carbon capture or the ecosystem's carbon from increasing, which is why there has been a somewhat of a debate on if bioenergy is a positive or a negative thing on the earth. In conclusion, bioenergy is a very important factor in helping reduce climate change and global warming if used correctly by the community. Since we overuse bioenergy in the agriculture and livestock sector due to wanting more food, we can change this by using the correct resources and solutions that I've mentioned before. And not only will this help reduce the use of bioenergy, but it can also help us in trying to find positive ways in reducing climate change while still using bioenergy.